Welcome back to the channel, guys. Spencer here for Berkshire Bass. Gonna do a little topwater tackle run through. All this stuff is available right here at our location, 105 Main Street, Sheffield. We got a bunch of different options here too, so let's get into it. Oh my God! Let's go, boys! That was super fun. First thing we're going to start off with is, I'm sure most of you guys know, a very, very traditional topwater lure, the Topwater Frog. This is a Booyah pad crasher. It's got awesome size to it, perfect size, still moves pads really, really well with that hollow body, but also is a good hookup ratio on these frogs here. Really, really nice slender profile on it. I'd cut the tails off probably, an inch, maybe 2 inches, so you're not getting that side swipe on the back there. Maybe bend those hooks out a little bit so you rubble on that frog and you have a little bit hook out, just to make sure you're really getting those fish good. But this is an awesome frog, very, very durable, highly suggested Booyah pad crasher. And with these, you're really going to want to have three main colors: your black, your white, and kind of that natural leopard bullfrog color. But this is kind of that darker black, works really, really well. Cloudy, rainy, nasty days. Great silhouette in the water, those fish can really see it and they're going to tee the thing up. Next thing we're going to move on to is this little head and torpedo, kind of more of almost like a whopper plopper kind of deal. It's got that little profile to it. Like I said, those three main colors, that black, white, and natural. This kind of has that whole deal going on. I don't know if you guys can see that really good, but it's kind of got that baby bass color to it, but it's got that white underneath. So that's a really nice presentation. Great smallmouth lure. They really chomp this thing down and chase this thing down from pretty deep. So this head and torpedo, kind of smaller, that steady, consistent roll with that prop on the back does really well for the smallmouth. Another head and lure that kind of works for everything. Very traditional topwater lure, walking bait, the Spook here. You're twitching that thing with a really light rod. And you're just walking that thing, walk that thing around hard cover, kind of any type of cover. It's really good. Now, obviously not a weedless bait at all. It doesn't do well in grass at all, but any hard cover, this thing's going to get chomped. Smallmouth particularly do love this lure right here. Next two lures, Jitterbug and Hula Popper, kind of old school, more classic lures. Very good largemouth lures. Kind of those Spook and that Torpedo is you're probably going to get more smallmouth bites on that, but this Jitterbug is kind of a classic old largy lure. Yeah, kind of same deal. Work it around hard cover, slowly create that bubble trail behind it. Some big green one should chase this thing up and find it. Second one here is the Hula Popper. Very old traditional lure, just like that Jitterbug there. Really pretty colors on this one here, kind of that black, white, and natural deal I was talking about, if you guys can see that, but it's got that big rooster tail behind it too. So it's an awesome, really kind of a slower topwater lure. You're going to really want to pause this thing, kind of give it that big pop, boom. You see all those bubbles come back, let it sit for a second. A lot of times they're going to hit it on that pause, reel that slack in, jam the hook right through his lip. So yeah, Hula Popper, old traditional lure, still gets the job done. I promise you that. Second thing, next lure is actually this Bullet Pop from Berkeley. I really like this white kind of bone color. This is kind of an all-around topwater lure, smallmouth, largies, kind of any type of cover. This thing's going to get it done for sure. Really like the presentation on it. Has that little tail on it at the back end that gives it kind of that more natural presentation for sure. But a really nice looking topwater popper for sure. And then our last thing is this Booyah Buzzbait. These things are super fun to fish, really versatile, can throw it pretty much around everything, does really well through grass and stuff. Find those holes, run it through pads, stuff like that, and you can run it around hard cover too. Great timber lure, make 100 casts with that thing, half cast, pick that thing up, boom, work your whole way down a timber line, dock line, or something like that. But really half cast this thing. This is going to be strikes right around that cover for sure. Definitely throw a little trailer on that. I like to throw a swim bait on it. Kind of give it more of that, paddle tail action, give it a little plastic, give it a little better casting ability too. But these Booyah Buzzbaits are a great deal for the money for sure. And they get bit a lot. So that's kind of our Topwater selection we're running here. Like I said, they're all available here, 105 Main Street, Sheffield. Hope to get some of you guys on some Topwater bites. So thank you very much. Stop on in. See you on the next one.